Before we begin this week's Adventurous Joe show, we're going to take a moment to remember cosplayer Jonathan Vela. He was a great guy. He lost his battle with a heart attack. He had a heart attack and it took his life. He left behind his family, his friends, all to go on that big journey up to heaven. So, in remembrance of him, we're going to take this moment before we start the show to remember Jonathan Vela. Adventurous Joe show. As always, I am your host, the Adventurous Joe. And that special tribute we did at the beginning of the show was to cosplayer Jonathan Vela, who lost his life after he had a very bad heart attack. We all love and miss him, and we hope that nothing but the best for his family and friends that also miss him. Okay. Now, to get started with this week's show, we have a brand new comic book review, movie review, video game review, which I'm going to tell you about my time with the Destiny beta. Holy mother of God, this thing was awesome. I canceled my pre-order for the Xbox 360 and went back and got it for PS3. My God, I loved it on PS3. Woo! And also, brand new anime review, and Power Ranger news! The Super Mega Force team are coming back! Yes! Tell you when? When it's time. And our new cosplayer of the week. And a special treat from Ubisoft at the end of the show. So, let's get started with this week's comic book review. Coming up next. This week's comic book review of Godzilla Legends trade paperback. This was a 5-part issue miniseries that basically foretold about Godzilla's monstrous foes and allies. But lately, IDW has been making them more along the lines of all foes to Godzilla. Take a look at the artwork. It varies back and forth. Check it out. Mecha Godzilla. Holy Mary Mother of God. Yeah. Now, the funny thing about IDW's Godzilla is the fact that the President Obama's in it. Yeah, except he doesn't go by Obama. His name is Ogden. President Ogden. And he's the one that has the military create Mecha Godzilla to take on Godzilla and the other monsters. Wow. Really? Anyways, cover price on this one, $19.99. Got it off of Amazon when it was on pre-order for only $10. Loved it. It was a great purchase too, considering the fact that the 5-issue miniseries is very hard to come by individually. Because you'd have to go on eBay, and some people are selling it for almost $100 now. Huh, unbelievable. This one, you get all 5 parts in one book. You get the 5 stories of each of the monsters on the cover, except for Godzilla. He's not involved in any of them really. It's just mainly about the 5 monsters. It says on the back, in a world where monsters roam freely, some stories have been lost to time until now. Presenting Godzilla Legends, focusing on Godzilla's fearsome rogues gallery. Each story shines a light on a kaiju that has never before been the center of a comic book story. These stories delve into the minds of Anguirus, Rodan, Titanosaurus, Hedorah, and Kumonga? Kumonga, I guess that's how you say his name is? Either way. To bring the Toho universe to life. See that? Each one on the back. Okay, there you go. Now, we'll recommend you pick this one up. I'm going to give it at least an 8 out of 10, because some of it I really didn't like. Like the fact that Rodan eats a kid. Rodan actually eats a kid! Oh my God, are you insane? It never happened before in the movies! But we're talking new Godzilla here, people, so what do you expect? Okay, either way, I'm final verdict on this one, 8 out of 10. It's a definitely badass, but not badass seal of approval material. But, highly recommend you pick it up, because trying to find the 5-issue miniseries by itself, it will cost you around almost $100 on eBay. Seriously. Either way, like I said, final verdict on Godzilla Legends trade paperback, 8 out of 10. Okay, now, let's move on to our video game review. Coming up next. Of the Destiny Beta. Now this is actually more of a first impressions thing than a review, because I haven't played the full game yet, but playing this game just for the beta was incredible. I loved it. I loved it so much, I went back and canceled my freaking pre-order for the Xbox 360 and got it for the PlayStation 3, because for some freaking reason, the Xbox 360 would not download the damn beta. Ugh. Microsoft at its best, people. Either way, it was incredible. Bungie, you've done it. It was awesome as hell to play this game. And punching enemies, I love that so much. I was punching every enemy that got too close to me and shit. And it just sends them flying like ragdoll effect. I was loving this game. And the tower. Oh my God, the tower. This place was beautiful. It's got its own little garden area and stuff, and all this other stuff, the hangar bays, and it was just incredible. This game was incredible, and I can't wait for the September 9th release. I am waiting so patiently for it. I can't wait to get it here on the PlayStation 3 so I can play it again. I love it. Then I will have a full review on that for you. Definitely. Okay, My first impressions on this, loved every moment of this game. The level up system, incredible. It's based on a point system that if you get so many points, okay, you can upgrade your weaponry, you can upgrade your armor, and so on and so forth. You can even upgrade your powers, for God's sake. You have certain abilities that allow you to, like, force push someone and all that other stuff. It's incredible how this game works. I just loved every moment of it. Now, some people are saying that, according to Bungie, the game's going to be kind of short when it's first released. Unless they're going to be doing some kind of DLC packs or something like that. It's just going to be kind of short, they said. But I loved this game nonetheless. I loved playing in the Crucible. Holy crap, that was awesome. Trying to fight on a team with other players against other players. I kept getting killed, for God's sake! My character just was not ready for this. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Either way, my final verdict on this, I will have to give it to you when I play the game on its full platform setting and so on and so forth when it's released on September 9th. If you haven't pre-ordered it, do so. This game is going to be amazingly neat, detailed, and everything else you can think of. It's like a mixture of Halo and Mass Effect. You've got your third-person shooter, and then you've got your walking around person, like in Mass Effect. Either way, the game was incredible to play. And the Ghost, okay, this is the funny thing too. The Ghost is actually your guide. He's also your directions person. Your little directional device. That when you pull it out and you want to know which way you're supposed to go next, it allows you to, it tells you which way to go. It's that neat of a game. I cannot wait to play the full version, have a full review on it for you, and much more. Okay, now let's move on to our movie review for this week. Coming up next. Starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That's right, people. This movie, unbelievable. It followed just like frickin' Clash of the Titans and God of War. Holy crap! I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable. At first, I saw the previous one and I was like, yeah, it won't be that great and stuff. But I got wrangled into it, went and seen it, loved it. Loved every moment of it. It even showed that Hercules wasn't always protected by the gods, okay? He had help, helping him take down the Hydra and other things, and taking down his menacing bull and all this other, that was, like, unbelievable. This game, this movie was off the hook insane. It was incredible to watch. I enjoyed it. It tied in with the Greek mythology, with the whole Hera, Zeus, Ares, and so on and so forth. The storyline, amazing. The script, very amazing. But one thing about it that I didn't really care for was the fact that, Hercules' family was slaughtered. Okay? Never heard of Hercules having a family before and stuff, even in the Disney version. And they were slaughtered by a king who was jealous of Hercules. The very king that Hercules was serving and helping out and everything. Serving under. Loyally and all this crap. And supposed to be his friend. And he turned the old people against him and stuff, saying Hercules murdered his family. His own family, his wife and children. And instead, it was these 3 hungry wolves. Seriously, 3 hungry wolves that belonged to the king. That was the only part I really hated about this whole movie. Other than the fact that Hercules, didn't display all that strength like he was supposed to have and everything. The one thing he did display was that he needed help all the time and stuff. But then when it came to this one woman almost being sacrificed by her own father and crap, and she almost got beheaded, he freaking took those chains and literally ripped them right out the damn rock wall and showed that's Hercules. This is Hercules right there. He has the strength of 10 men or more, and so on and so forth. The strength of the gods, and so on and so forth. And it was just amazing how the whole movie turned out. I love the casting. Everybody played their part perfectly, and that's much more to say about it. I don't know. I highly recommend you go see it. I'm going to give it the badass seal of approval on this one, and an 8 out of 10. It was that great. I'm still going to give it the badass seal of approval, and the final verdict, an 8 out of 10. Great movie, great casting. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson playing Hercules perfectly. I mean, seriously perfectly. Not just saying, oh, I'm Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I'm also a wrestler and some crap. No, this man did the role justice. He did Hercules just right, and that was perfect. Either way, final verdict on this one, 8 out of 10, badass seal of approval, and we recommend you go see it. Okay, now, let's move on to our Power Ranger news. Coming up next. Go, go, Power Rangers! Go, go, Power Rangers! Alright, people, it's time now for this week's Power Ranger news. Oh, yeah! Super Mega Force is coming back in 2 weeks, baby! 2 weeks! On August 31st, the Super Mega Force returns with all new episodes to finish off the series. And in November, the Legendary War episode is airing. Now, I still say Legendary War should be a 5-part miniseries, okay? This shouldn't be just one episode. Gather all the Legendary Rangers together and stuff and fight off the, the evil armada and all that blah, 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 I said it, even Mr. Weenie Productions, who read my comment on the air of his Morphin Q&A episode, thank you very much, but also agrees with me that this should be a 5-part miniseries leading up to the return of Tommy the Green Ranger and all the other Rangers from the past and so on and so forth. And, explain more about how this is going to happen, the Legendary War and stuff. I meant, seriously, I want to see the Legendary War more than anything here in the U.S. I saw the Japanese version, the Sentai version, and it was incredible. 35 years of Power Rangers! Holy Mother of God! I didn't even know they had Power Rangers that long in Japan. And did you know the Power Rangers swear in Japanese? Seriously. In Sentai episodes, they swear. And these are supposed to be kids episodes like here in the U.S., but I don't think so. Either way, Power Rangers Super Mega Force returns August 31st on Nickelodeon. I think it's about the same time as always, around noon or so on. And either way, you're gonna have to check your local listings for the time and channel and so on and so forth, and keep your eyes open. And also, we might be holding a special giveaway in honor of the return of Super Mega Force. How you like that idea? We'll keep you more up to date on that one, because we're about to wrap up Season 3 next week. And then we go into Season 4. New stuff on the horizon, people. The Adventurous Joe show is getting there, baby! Okay, now, let's move on to this week's anime review! Coming up next. Holy God. Now, this series has already got another bunch of OVA episodes out there that, are a little more adult than they are anything else. I meant seriously, there's talks of screwing one another and so on and so forth in it. But in the case of the animated series itself, there was a lot of that in there too. However, they made it funny. It was not like, oh, you know, kind of adult anime kind of stuff, even though there was some nudity in it. But it was funny how the nudity got covered up. Like, in the case of Hibiki, every time they were showing his private area and stuff, they'd have a fucking crow flying in the middle, in between his legs. And it was like, oh, for God's sake, really, Japan, really? A freaking crow flying in between his legs. Unbelievable. And the characters in it, unbelievable. I mean, there's too many to name as it is, but let me tell you more about Air Gear. Air Gear is basically about rollerbladers, but they're serious rollerbladers. They have gang rollerbladers. They have gang wars of sorts with their rollerblading and everything. The skates they use, unbelievable about how it all comes down in this series. And there's even a hint of a gayness in it as well. I mean, nothing against gay people and stuff like that, but it does have that kind of stuff in it as well. I mean, there's one character who is so hung up on Hibiki that he likes dressing up in women's clothing and stuff, kissing Hibiki all the time and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, are you serious? This character can make you sick to your stomach sometimes if necessary. About some of the stuff he likes to do. He even dresses up in a frickin' wedding dress at one point. Oh my god, seriously. This character is weird as hell, but the show was great. I loved every moment of it. There were some parts of it I didn't really like because they didn't explain much in certain detail. Like how the fact that his older sister is actually not his older sister. Okay? That these other girls that are supposed to be his sisters are not his sisters. Because they adopted him and they were adopted by the older sister and so on and so forth. And the story gets a little hung up at times and everything, but it's still good. They have incredible matches, especially the one that they go up against this gang who is supposed to be all powerful and stuff. And they almost clean their clocks. Seriously. But either way, this show, unbelievable. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend you pick it up. Amazon.com, I think, has it for about $20 or $30 for the whole DVD set. And you should definitely check it out. It's very cool, very fun, very funny, and somewhat adult-oriented. But either way, it's still a cool series. My final verdict on it? 8 out of 10. Mostly from the fact that it's got kind of some of that stuff in it that just don't appeal even to me. But either way, Air Gear, the complete series, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 and a badass seal of approval. Because some of the action scenes in it, even though it's a rollerblading action scene kind of thing and stuff, it's exciting to watch and neat as hell. And you know you're just gonna enjoy it. I mean, especially some of the action stuff that happens. Either way, 8 out of 10 is our final verdict on it, and the badass seal of approval. Alright, now on to the last part of the show, the Cosplayer of the Week. Coming up next. Into the T.A.J.S. Cosplayers Hall of Fame for class of 2014. Love it! This lovely young lady hails out of Florida, and yes, that sunny Florida, that godforsaken state. It's like the place just don't know how to let me go. I lived in the place for 17 years, and it's a nightmare. It don't want to let me go. It keeps finding ways to bring me right back to it. Either way. Enough with that little rant. Either way, this lovely young lady is now a T.A.J.S. Cosplayer of the Week. I love it. And her name is Princess Lymarie. Lymarie? Either way, this lovely young lady cosplays everything from Supergirl, Faye Valentine, Slave Leia, you name it, she's cosplayed it. And we're going to show you her pics, and we'll see you guys for the ending part of the show, because I said already, we have a special surprise from Ubisoft. Enjoy!
Surrounding memories through the breeze in the trees, and you tease me, but hey, the clock's turning around, and you're still playing these games. It's such a waste to bring me down, down, down. Don't bring me down, 'cause hey girl, I wanna catch your wave. Hey girl, I wanna drift away with you. Hey girl, you got it under control. Hey girl, don't wanna let you go. When I turned 16, that's when I started to dream. I chased around in memories through the breeze in the trees, and you tease me, but hey, well, every princess has a night, and I'm still in it for the fight. I'm not giving in, I'm gonna win, win, win. I'm gonna win, 'cause hey girl, I wanna catch your wave. Hey girl, I wanna drift away with you. Hey girl, you got it under.
That's it for this week's Adventurous Joe Show. Congratulations to Princess Lymarie? I'm getting so tongue-tied on that name, I can't even think straight. Either way, congratulations to her once again. We'll be showing you her pics, a few of her pics, during the T.A.J.S. Cosplayers in Hall of Fame 2014 at the end of this year. That'll be somewhere in the middle of Season 4 or at the end of Season 4 for this year. Either way, that's it. We're out of here. And like I said, we have a special treat from Ubisoft. Now, as you all know, Assassin's Creed Unity is only for PS4 and the Xbox One. Yes, that's right. Those two systems. However, Ubisoft is not going to let those with a PS3, a PC, or an Xbox 360 go without. They've created another Assassin's Creed game, and this is the trailer for it. It's known as Assassin's Creed Rogue. So, enjoy the trailer, and once again, special thanks to Ubisoft. Big congrats to Princess Lymarie. I'm just going to say that. And that's it for me. As always, I have been your host, The Adventurous Joe, Joseph Michaels. Once again, our hearts and minds and our condolences all go out to Jonathan Vela and his family and his friends he left behind. We're so sorry for your loss, and we're hoping for the best that you get through this time of crisis A-okay. Either way, that's it. I'm out of here. Peace out. May the Force be with you, and may the power protect you. We'll see ya.
Life's hardest choices are the ones that force you to question your own moral code. My choice has led me here, standing against those I once called brothers. History may brand me traitor, rebel, or renegade. matters is that I followed my own creed.
Assassin's Creed Rogue. Pre-order now to receive the Siege of Fort DeSalva mission and the Ultimate Hunter Pack. Pre-order now, available November 11th, exclusively on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3.